Hey, this is Andrew from Theme Park Hopper, and we are in Raleigh, North Carolina at Pullen Park. This park is the closest thing to a theme park near my city, and it's home to a carousel that used to be at a defunct amusement park called Bloomsbury Park. That park also had a coaster, so I'm going to tell you all about that in this video.
Bloomsbury Park opened in 1912, and it's near where the Carolina Country Club is today. It was one of many trolley parks built across the United States to encourage trolley usage on the weekend. Here's a pic of a trolley that's documented as from Raleigh, but it's actually from Kentucky according to a historian. The park lasted only about 5 years, and there's very few pics and stories about it. The best story is in this 1939 magazine about a night watchman who decided to get on the roller coaster to cool off. This guy was known as Old Man Haley, and he got on the coaster and had a good time. He was cooling off with the breeze, but he forgot one thing. These coasters were manually operated. After all, this was the early 1900s and coasters didn't have computers. You needed a person to manually engage the brakes. So this dude ended up on the coaster from 11:30 at night till 8 a.m. the next morning. He was the sickest he had ever been in his entire life. The park closed about 1917. There's some reports about electrical transmission wire thefts in the area, so that apparently led to the park's demise. What's left of the park today? Well, this dance pavilion's in someone's backyard. Heather from WRAL did some research in May 2020 and found this structure that looks like it was part of a bridge from Bloomsbury Park. But the most famous thing surviving from Bloomsbury Park is the Dentzel carousel.
This G.A. Dentzel carousel was originally located at Bloomsbury Park and then moved here to Pullen Park. It was moved here in 1921. There's only 23 of these carousels left. You can find them at parks like Disneyland, Knott's Berry Farm, Cedar Point, Dorney Park, Kennywood, and Six Flags Over Texas. In 1976, this carousel was added to the National Register of Historic Places. It's also a designated Raleigh Historic Landmark.
The carousel was built in 1900 and contains 52 hand-carved basswood animals, 2 chariots, 18 large gilded mirrors and canvas panels, and a Wurlitzer 125 band organ, which you can see on the right there. That was made in 1924. Pullen Park also has other attractions like these kiddie boats and this real Norfolk Southern Railway 380 bay window red caboose that you can walk through. Another thing to check out in Pullen Park is the Andy Griffith statue that was erected in 2003 by TV Land and depicts Andy and Opie Taylor. The statue was a bit controversial because the show takes place in the fictional town of Mayberry, and that was based off Mount Airy, North Carolina. But at the time, they only erected this statue in Raleigh. So they ended up building a duplicate statue in Mount Airy outside of the Andy Griffith Museum. If you're a fan of pressed pennies, don't miss the penny press right by the entrance to Pullen Park. You can see the carousel depicted down below. And one last thing to mention, this park does have a train. It wasn't operating due to the pandemic, but it's a C.P. Huntington train replica, and replicas operate at other parks in the U.S., including the theme park Storyland in Glen, New Hampshire.
Alright, that's all from Pullen Park. If you liked this video, please leave a comment, tell us what you thought. Please subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you next time.